Good day, students. Welcome back to Prathum 3 English Conversation and Basic English class. So, for this week, we are going to combine your English conversation and basic English lesson. So, before we start, these are the things that you need to prepare. So, you need your Supermind Students Book, your English Dictionary, your schoolwork or your S notebook, your coloring materials like color pens or crayons, your pencil, and your ruler. So, let's start. Our lesson for this week is all about story writing. Yes, at the end of this activity, you are expected to write your own story. But before that, let's have a quick review. What is a story? A story is a description of people and events that are not real. So, it is like a series of events that happened in the life of the people. It is also an account of something that happened either true or made up. Earlier, I have mentioned that you are going to make your own story. So, are you ready? It's activity time! So for your activity, please get your student's book, page 93. So on your student's book, we have there an example of a short story. The story is all about Tom, who is 12 years old and a good swimmer. He is the character in the story. So what happened to Tom? So Tom was swimming, he jumped into the pool, and there is a problem, and the problem is there is not a lot of water in the pool. So Tom hurt his head and he went to the hospital for 3 weeks. So when did the story happen? It happened 2 weeks ago, last Sunday. So, what was the weather like last Sunday 2 weeks ago? It was very sunny or hot. So, on your student's book, we also have the illustration of the story. So on picture 1, you will see Tom, who is a great swimmer. The picture 2 shows that it was Sunday 2 weeks ago and it was very sunny and hot. On picture 3, it shows that Tom jumped into the pool. On picture 4, it shows the problem, and that is there is not a lot of water in the pool. Picture 5 shows that Tom hurt his head, and picture 6 shows that Tom was in the hospital for 3 weeks. And now, let's try to make some sentences about the story of Tom. Take note that we are going to use the simple past tense. For picture number 1, Tom was a great swimmer. We use was because was is the past tense of is. Picture number 2. 2 weeks ago, the sun was very hot. Again, we use was because was is the past tense of is. Picture number 3. Tom jumped into the pool. Jumped is the past tense of jump. We add ed to the verb to make the past simple form. Picture number 4. The pool didn't have enough water. We use didn't because that is the past tense of don't. Picture number 5. Tom hurt his head. Hurt is an irregular verb, so the past tense of hurt is also hurt. And picture number 6. Tom was in the hospital for 3 weeks. We use was because it is the past tense of is. Kindly get your schoolwork notebook or your S notebook. So on your notebook, you need to draw this illustration, just like on your student's book. So you need to decide the character. Like on the story, the character there is Tom. You also need to decide what is the weather during that day. So what is the problem and what happened at the end of the story. You can use your student's book page 93 as a guide for your story. After you make your own story, remember to make an illustration, draw your story, and color it using your color pencils or your crayons. After that, don't forget to take a picture of your story. So, did you understand your activity for this week? If you are finished with your story, kindly take a picture and send it to us. Your English teachers are excited to see your work. That's all for this week. See you next class. Bye!